Hello everyone, I'm going to be talking about going to the toilet and pooping. So this video might be a little bit too off-putting and not so cool for most people. The only reason I'm doing this is that I haven't seen other targets or victims talk about this sort of thing. It's not meant to be self-deprecating, but I'm just trying to share my experiences as another form of attack. Well, what is the problem? It looks like perpetrators have a way of controlling another part of the body. So whenever I try and go to the bathroom, initially I would feel like somebody is pulling the internals, or like my colon. Somebody is using some sort of computer program or script to control, firstly, how long I would be spending in the toilet, and trying to control just how the poop would flow out of the backside. The main problem is that the waste or the poop gets stuck in the rectum. So I'm ending up having to swim a little bit more than usual. Clearly sort of not natural. The other thing is that I take too long wiping my backside. I would take about 5 minutes at the very least. Imagine that, 5 minutes at the very least trying to wipe my backside. So I think the idea here is to have an infinite, almost like an infinite wiping. I feel like I'm wiping my bum for a very, very long time. This is deliberately done. It's actually not cool, and it's some sort of torture. So after I'm done using the toilet, I really have to go back. So I'm forced to go back 40 or between 40 and 50 minutes after the initial session. Now using the bathroom becomes like a three-stage or three-part phase or ceremony or this sort of chore. Sometimes I have to set an alarm clock off. Otherwise, the perps again, they start dripping out the waste slowly. If I don't do that, then I end up with a noticeable amount of waste on my underwear. After this 40 minutes, I have to set the alarm clock again like an hour. It has to be roughly about an hour later. I think in a way, trying to force me to always think about poop for 2 hours straight. So just a reminder again, I go to the bathroom the first time. It takes me too long, and it takes me about 10 minutes to completely wipe, and then I can flush. Then after that, I've got to go no less than 40 minutes, between 40 and 50 minutes. And after this, again, I've got to go another hour. During this time, I'm using up a lot of water, a lot of toilet paper, and obviously I'm losing a lot of time. Always having to think about poop at the backside of your head. This sort of problem, I think it's been happening since pretty much my whole life. It wasn't this extreme. So before my targeting got heavy, I would just go to the toilet normally, but there would be a little bit of waste on my underwear. But sadly, I didn't know that somebody would have been recording and watching. And then just before my targeting got worse, and when it in the starting stages of my office mobbing, I think there were some people that knew, and the guys that were sort of using remote neural monitoring, they could obviously see what I'm doing in the toilet. Imagine you don't know your colleagues are watching you doing other stuff in your own home. It's a whole live show of you in the toilet, you undressing, you've pulled your pants down, and hey, there's a whole lot of poop on your underwear. So that's also something else, that if somebody's trying to be malicious or cause defamation and to slander you, they don't really need to say much. They can just play back the video of things that are not meant to be seen. Obviously, at this stage, I understand the whole story of gangstalking and the whole technology they're using, and that the whole intention is to sort of defame you, make you feel small, make you feel stupid, make you feel worthless. I don't care at this stage, but it's still a problem. I mean, for one, it's taking up a lot of my time. This is another form of torture that I haven't seen any other victims talk about. So that's all for this video. I will share another similar case for urinating.